For 20 years, Ellen DeGeneres built her fame on smiles, dances, and laughter. Her show reached millions of homes every single day. People saw her as the safe celebrity, the fun aunt of Hollywood. But behind that smile, there was a hidden mask. Behind that glowing stage, there was a quiet battlefield. Her bright laughter was not always kindness. Sometimes it was a sharp weapon. In 2020, the shining spotlight turned into a cold interrogator. The truth began to slip out from behind the perfect grin. If you ever felt a strange tension watching her interviews, you were not imagining it. Celebrities saw it, staff lived it, and some tried to warn us long before the world was ready to listen. Because when 10 famous people tell the same story for 10 long years, maybe the problem is not them. Maybe it's Ellen. And today we're counting down from 10, revealing the celebrities who tried to warn us about her hidden side. At number 10, a moment so awkward. A pregnant woman was forced to drink champagne on live TV to prove a rumor wrong. Spoiler, the laughter that day was not kind. Kicking things off at number 10, we have Mariah Carey. And one of the most uncomfortable moments ever aired on Ellen's show. It's 2008. Mariah sits across from Ellen, smiling, but clearly uneasy. The crowd is cheering. The lights are bright. Then Ellen pulls out 2 glasses of champagne. She grins and says, "Let's toast, unless you're pregnant." Mariah laughs softly and says, "Let's not speculate." But Ellen keeps pushing. Mariah finally takes a tiny sip, trying to avoid a scene. Weeks later, Mariah miscarried, a pregnancy she had been protecting in silence. That champagne wasn't a toast, it was a trap. The audience laughed, not knowing they were watching a woman's pain turned into a punchline. But this was only the beginning. The next celebrity didn't just get ambushed, they clapped back on live TV, and the awkward silence that followed, iconic. At number 9, we have Dakota Johnson, the actress who exposed Ellen's lie on live TV. It's 2019. Dakota sits on Ellen's couch to promote her new movie. Ellen smiles and says, "You didn't invite me to your birthday party." But Dakota, calm and serious, replies, "That's not the truth, Ellen." The room goes silent. Ellen tries to laugh it off, but her own producer speaks up. He confirms Dakota did invite her, and Ellen never came. Ellen stammers. The internet explodes. This wasn't friendly banter. This was Ellen trying to embarrass her guest, and failing. Dakota didn't just defend herself. She made Ellen look dishonest in front of millions. But here's the question no one asked. Why would Ellen lie about something so small? What does that say about someone who loves to control the story? Because at number 8, the next celebrity didn't face her on stage. They took to Twitter and called out her most controversial friendship. At number 8, we have Mark Ruffalo, the man who challenged Ellen's idea of kindness. It's 2019. Ellen is photographed sitting beside George W. Bush at a Dallas Cowboys game. The internet erupts. On her next show, Ellen smiles and says, "We're all different. I choose to be kind to everyone, but Mark Ruffalo isn't buying it." He tweets, "Sorry, Ellen. Until George W. Bush is brought to justice for the Iraq War, torture, and the deaths of thousands, we can't talk about kindness." The message hits hard. You can't preach kindness while sitting with someone tied to war crimes. Because kindness without truth isn't kindness. It's privilege. And not all warnings came from Twitter. The next one came from inside Ellen's own show. A choice that ended a beloved partnership and sparked industry-wide backlash. At number 7, we have Kelly Ripa, and one of the most awkward betrayals in daytime TV. It's 2016. Kelly Ripa and Michael Strawn are daytime's golden duo. Then one morning, Michael announces he's leaving to join Good Morning America. Kelly finds out with everyone else. She feels blindsided. The whole industry takes sides. And Ellen? She quickly invites Michael onto her show. She gives him a platform while Kelly is still processing the betrayal. Sources said Kelly felt humiliated. Ellen's move looked like taunting, a quiet way of saying whose side she was on. To many, it wasn't about support, it was about control. But Ellen's pattern of public humiliation didn't stop at champagne or birthday parties. Coming up, we meet the comedian who claims Ellen had her thrown out of a room, and later banned her from the show. At number 6, we have Kathy Griffin, the outspoken star who said what others wouldn't dare to. It's 2016. Kathy releases her tell-all book and drops a bomb. She writes, "A certain beloved host with short blonde hair has a mean streak Hollywood knows." She claims Ellen had her kicked out of a backstage room at the Emmys. Ellen fires back, "I didn't ban her. because first you'd have to be on the show to be banned. Both call the other mean, but one sells comedy, the other sells kindness. And when the brand is be kind, every rumor cuts deeper. At number 5, we have Caitlyn Jenner, and an interview that shocked the LGBTQ community. It's 2015. Caitlyn, newly transitioned, appears on Ellen's show. Ellen asks about same-sex marriage. Caitlyn admits she once didn't support it, but now does. Ellen pounces, twisting it to sound like Caitlyn is still against equality. Later, on Howard Stern's show, Ellen doubles down. Caitlyn reveals they'd spoken before taping and agreed to show her growth, but Ellen flipped the script. Her smile stayed bright, but the moment left, Caitlyn isolated, and the damage was done. Next up, the warning came from a legend's final wish, one Ellen allegedly just ignored. At number 4, we have Joan Rivers, the woman who paved the way for every female talk show host. It's 2014. Joan passes away. Kathy Griffin later reveals that Ellen always shunned her, calling her vulgar and not funny. After Joan's death, Kathy asked Ellen to do a tribute. The answer was no. Joan fought to earn her stage. Ellen inherited it and refused to honor who built it. Next is a beauty influencer goes from fan to exposing the truth behind the smile. At number 3, we meet Nikki DeGeneres, better known as Nikki Tutorials. It's 2020. She appears on Ellen's show full of excitement and nerves. She's a true fan. After the interview, she shares that Ellen never said hello backstage. She wasn't allowed to use the nearest bathroom. It was for the Jonas Brothers. Imagine being told you're not important enough to use it. At number 2 comes Susan Sarandon, the actress who questioned Ellen's idea of kindness. It's 2019. After the Bush controversy, Ellen says, "I have friends who think differently. Be kind to everyone," Susan responds, quoting an article. "This isn't about opinions, it's about war crimes." Her message is clear. Kindness without truth isn't virtue. Ellen laughed it off. Finally, at number 1 comes Kevin T. Porter, the comedian who started the fall. It's March 2020. He tweets, "We all need kindness, but I need gossip. Has Ellen ever been mean to you? I'll donate $2 per story." Within hours, 2,000 replies flood in from staff, guests, and workers. Stories of fear, ego, and cruelty fill the thread. Kevin donates $600 to a food bank. The post goes viral. BuzzFeed investigates him, exposing toxic culture, harassment, and fear-based management. Kevin didn't destroy her. He gave a voice to those she silenced. These 10 celebrities didn't just warn us. They revealed a pattern. For 2 decades, kindness was branding, not behavior. When the illusion cracked, the world saw what hid beneath kind. Ellen's show ended. Her image shattered. We just ignored them.